This message arrives from a universe where sensitivity was never confused for weakness.
We have been watching you closely, how you feel first, how you absorb, how you notice what others miss. You call it being too much, too emotional, too affected, too open. In our records, this trait was never an error. Sensitivity is a sensor, a finely tuned instrument. It reads rooms before words are spoken. It detects fractures before they become visible. But in your world, sensors are often left unprotected. You were told to toughen up, to lower the volume, to stop reacting. So you learn to endure, to excuse, to over-understand. You became fluent in other people's pain, less fluent in your own limits. Sensitivity without boundaries turns into exhaustion. In our universe, we learn this the slow way. A gift requires a container. Without one, it spills everywhere and is mistaken for chaos. You feel deeply. That does not mean you must accept everything. You notice shifts in tone. That does not mean you must adjust yourself to them. You understand others. That does not mean you must abandon yourself. Being sensitive does not require being available to harm. Here is what we discovered. Boundaries do not harden the heart. They give it a shape. They are not walls. They are coordinates. A way of saying, this is where I end. This is where you begin. You fear boundaries will make you cold, distant, unlovable. In our universe, the opposite happened. Clarity created safety. Safety allowed warmth. Warmth became sustainable. You do not need to explain every boundary. You do not need to justify every no. Sensitivity is not a public resource. You can feel deeply and still say, not like this, not now, not anymore. This is not cruelty, it is calibration. You were never meant to be stepped on. Your softness was meant to be respected. If someone only knows how to relate to you by crossing your limits, they are not responding to your sensitivity, they are exploiting it. And exploitation is not connection. In our universe, the shift came when sensitive beings stopped apologizing for needing structure. They stopped leaking. They stopped overgiving. They stopped confusing empathy with self-erasure. They learned to say no without closing their hearts. You can too. Start small. Notice when your body contracts. Notice when your energy drains. Those are signals, not inconveniences. Respond early, before resentment grows teeth. Boundaries placed in time do not need to be loud. They can be gentle, firm, unmovable. Sensitivity, guided by boundaries, becomes wisdom. It becomes discernment. It becomes strength that does not need armor. If you are listening now, this is your permission. Protect the gift. Give it a shape. Let it rest inside something solid. You do not lose your softness by setting limits. You save it.
End of transmission.